When I was like 9, because my uncle, he had a studio in his basement, and I was living with him at the time, because like, you know, parents issues and all that kind of stuff. So like, my uncle had a studio in the basement. He's a blues musician. He like played with staple singers and stuff like that. So I used to go down and just hang out with him. And one day I wrote a song, and I thought it was like the shit. So I went down there and like asked him to record it. He did the music for it. He played the guitar. He gave it to me on a tape, on a cassette tape. And I was like, okay, I think I can do this for a little bit. Like keep going.
This is how my story goes.
Like I'm alright.
Yeah.
Ooh. Like now thinking about it.
Yeah. Think about it now.
Mustard.
Yeah.
Any like all the new stuff. Like I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to get a grip of it, because like I can look at like all the older stuff that even people kind of still like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hear all like the imperfections in it, and I'm like, I have more of a grip on it now. Like I have more of an understanding of what I'm doing now. I didn't want to come at first, and then like, you know, just families, the ups and downs with just family drama and stuff like that. And moms came out here first, and that was in like 1990. And then me and my brother hopped on a Greyhound and came out here. And I remember it never rained in Southern California. It was like the hit at that time, and it was raining when we got here. It just came from the concept that I didn't want to want for anything. Like I wanted all of my resources to be right there. Like I shouldn't have to look for somebody to shoot my films or videos. I shouldn't have to look for a producer. I shouldn't have to look for a rapper or a singer or somebody to hang. Like it should all be in-house. So I called it the cafeteria line, because like if you look at a cafeteria line, like you see a whole bunch of different people. They all do different things. They're all different walks of life, different races, different, you know, backgrounds, whatever. But they're all in the same line, and they have to work together to eat. So it's like, okay, let's all do what we need to do. Like I understand you might make films. Well, hey, how about just doing all my videos? Like I have a little bit of a buzz, so how about we work together and there's always constant output. So that was that kind of concept. So it's artists right now is just me and Omar, but you know, there's a couple people that we're thinking about working with. So. I mean, there are bands that stick out that aren't hip hop. Like obviously, I can say the obvious, like a Radiohead, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, that 4 album. I was listening to Frampton Comes Alive like all yesterday. Doors, Pixies, Mr. Bungle. Have you ever heard of them? Crazy. I like anything that's dope. Like dope as fuck. Like anything that was like, what the fuck were you thinking? Where it's like musical, where like the notation is still musical. Like an orchestra can play it, but you can still respect it on the format of like just a guitar and some drums. You know what I mean? I like fly shit. I like shit that is dope. I can't even explain it. I like what I like. It was dope. To be honest, I worked my ass off, so I expected. If anything, I'm a bit underwhelmed because I felt like everybody should know this shit. Everybody should know this shit. Everybody should know this shit. Not even because I'm arrogant and all of that, but I honestly think this shit is pretty dope. Like Big Pooh, he liked it. The homie House Shoes, he finally listened to it. Blue, the homie Blue was on it. He actually recently just heard it, but he was like, "Yo, that shit is a classic," and that kind of made me feel real crazy. There's a couple other people who zoned out and said that they liked it. Dream Hampton, she wrote Jay-Z's new book, Decoded. She said that's her favorite shit of the year. Like, and coming from a writer, that was probably like the biggest for me. Like, I don't care what rapper you can say, obviously it would be cool, but like to have a writer respect my writing, that was probably dope for me. Like, only on MySpace, man. MySpace is like weirdo land now. Like, have you been on MySpace? Oh, Mari's over there. Like, MySpace is weird now, man, because all of the grown folks aren't on MySpace anymore. So it's like kids, and like these kids hit me up, like this one, bless her heart, but like this, she just hit me up and she was like, "Do you want to go out with me?" I'm like, I didn't even answer. Then she hit me up, she's like, "Do you like me?" I'm like, is that how kids mac each other down on the internet now? Like, they just, like, even if you don't know, because the thing is, I had the feature on the front of MySpace page. So I guess she saw that and she was just like, just hit them up and say that. It just bugged me out. I don't have any horror stories. I have pretty cool fans, like, fans that be drawing me and stuff, and like doing like little computer work on me. This one girl, PS, like, she's crazy. She said she's gonna do some crazy stuff. So like, that's pretty cool, but nothing like, fans sending me some panties in the mail and nothing like that. Like, Not yet. Yeah, I mean, as far as labels, yeah, but I don't really want to speak on them now just because you never know. As far as what's next, just more music. And as of right now, I just recently found the inspiration to work on a new project, because most people are just like, I'm going to record some songs and then I'm going to lump them all together and then I'm going to call it an album or a project. I don't work like that. Like, I work with a project in mind, so like when I did Mustard and MSTRD, when I did that project, I had every single one of those projects, those songs in mind. Like, I think, what was the first song that I did that was for MSTRD? It was For Your Smile. And I was like, okay, I understand like where I'm going as far as like sound and like simple, but still complex in its own way. Like, I haven't reached that stage until just recently. Like, and I shouts out to Fisticuffs and a couple other people whom I've been working with, and I'll probably get back in the studio with DJ Khalil and chop it up with that guy, and just be inspired to take it in a different, because I don't want to do the same thing over again. That's ultimately, sometimes you have to like not do music and study and listen and read in order to put yourself in a different mind state to do music. So it sounds different. You just do it from the same place and it sounds the same. And that's cool for some people, but that's not why I got into music. So,
well, thanks for your time, and hope to hear new stuff soon.
yes, it did.
All right, cool.
Jeez.